Yo, what's up, man? You're tuning in to Starstatus Chris TV. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hey, we got a special guest in the house. Let people know who you are.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Deidre Watkins. For those of you who don't know, I'm Fat Tone's little sister, the baby sister, and I'm happy to be on the show.
I appreciate it. I'm glad we finally got everything together. Like, it was a hassle trying to get her on the show, y'all, but we made it happen. So I'm like, yo, we all good. We here rocking. So let's get straight into the meat and the potatoes and everything. So I'm on Facebook. A video comes on my screen of somebody saying that they got a problem with Young Cat. And I'm like, wait, who is? And it happens to be Fat Tone's sister. So I'm like, wait, is a problem going on with Young Cat and the Fat Tone? Like, so give me the info on that. Like, what's the
Most
main
definitely. Well, see, I know the dude, Kitty Cat. Tyrone Coleman. I went to school with him, and first of all, I feel like it's very disrespectful to try to say you're someone that's deceased and not even ask one of his living parents, you know what I'm saying, about what's going on. You didn't ask, and he knows me. Like, I could have got in contact with my dad. He got permission from one of my cousins who was totally against it at first about, him even using Fat Tone's name. So I don't know what kind of deal they worked out or what happened to where, she's going along with it. And that's why, like, you only see two Watkins supporting him. You don't see none of my other family supporting him because everybody feels a type of way. We feel like he did it for clout. Tyrone is from AGT, Argentine. He lived in Leavenworth. And then, in order to be Fat Tone, you need to have some type of toughness about you. Like, I know this guy personally, like, from seeing him get beat up in Silver City, like, couldn't have never been Fat Tone. Just from being a Gandy dude, that's Gandy to me. Like, you did not ask, and I feel like you're trying to get clout. I don't see that it's coming from nowhere genuine, Like, I just feel like it's fake as fuck. And I feel like he's very disrespectful. I mean, he doesn't make up his own words. He used my brother's lyrics. He used his beats, and he's getting paid off of it. And, like, if you were doing it because you cared, why wouldn't you share any of that with his kids?
right? And that's what I was gonna also ask that. So when he actually took the persona and wanted to do the whole Fat Tone thing, he didn't like give any money. Not saying it's all about money, but I mean he just didn't
Right.
like piece the kids off anything off the percentage
I
of the sale.
promise you, he don't give them nothing. Actually, he's actually gotten into it with Fat Tone's daughter, Amila. It's like, where's the respect with that? If she's saying, no, don't use my deceased father's name. I don't like that you're sitting on his gravesite. Like, I don't like none of that. Why wouldn't you respect it? Why didn't you continue as Young Cat? Because that's who you are. When you are a rapper, I thought you portray your own image. You're coming out as yourself. You're speaking about yourself being truly. You're not Fat Tone. You're not gangstified. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing none of the stuff that you're saying you're doing. And then he continuously keep dropping songs to my brother beats and everything to the point where it's going to have to take action in legal matter.
Right. And which is like, I don't know about a lot of the like catalog with Fat Tone, but it's like there's no way that they can track those songs that get
And
flipped.
And, and thank you for asking me that, because now we are working on that right now as we're speaking, because like my brother, it was just a lot of foul stuff. It's a lot of foul stuff in the game. Like Stebo, I heard that he's the one behind Young Cat, and everybody knows that Stebo was my brother's friend. So, like I said, I feel like everything has to do with money. Like it's something that we're not being told, you know what I'm saying? Because first, one of the producers was telling me that first Stebo and Killer Tay was real upset about him sitting on my brother's gravesite, and then all of a sudden everybody just got cool. But money will do anything. It's the all ruler of evil.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And people don't realize like when you're using those songs and you're doing you're really confusing people from outside of the city that might not necessarily know that he's not the son. Because I've also talked to different artists like Yukmouth, and they're like, "Yo, have you checked out Fat Tone's son?" I'm thinking like, does Fat Tone have a son that rap? Like I know he had,
Oh
but
my
he was,
God.
yeah, like he was, and people like commented under the video like, "Oh, he's talking about Young Cat." I'm like, he probably saw the video and thought I was trying to play him, but I'm like, I don't know Fat Tone to have a son that's rapping. You know what I'm saying? So
He do have a son. He has a couple sons, and none of them rap. His daughter is the only one that took on the rapping career. But my nephew DeMarco, he's in jail, and he's most definitely, totally against Young Cat using his father's name. Like they are not feeling that at all. And I stand 10 toes down behind them. That's my niece and nephew. Now his other kids, they're in school. They're not so much in the rap game and doing all that. But as you know, Amila, as she calls herself A1 Tone, she already has her diss out about Cat. And me, I didn't do it for clout. I didn't do it for none of that. I did it because that's my brother.
right.
And I feel a type of way. Like very disrespectful, dude.
And I find it's weird because you said y'all went to school together. So it
Yes.
wasn't like you didn't have some type of means of communication, so that's
To the point
I
where
know
he used
part.
to be funking with my cousins running down the hallway. Some of my cousins used to funk with him in school. Like Young Cat is totally not kin to the Watkins, to the Locks. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not kin to us. There's no blood relation. He's never even met my brother.
Mm.
Never. And then I could see if you was a guy from Missouri from the
Right.
50s, and
See,
maybe
I
you
was
was
gonna
a
ask that.
crib, and
Mm.
maybe you hung up with Fat Tone, but no, you were an AGT boy that stayed getting beat up. You wore beads on your hair. Like you could never be Fat Tone.
Right. So why do you think the other family member gave him the okay to be like, that's cool, you got my blessings? Do you know the reason behind that or?
See, when I talk to my cousin, one of them that be on the status, when I talked to my cousin Ashanti, she kept saying, "Oh, he's paying homage. He's an entertainer. He called and he asked, could he do it because he wanted to pay homage? No, he wanted to get clout. As you see, Little Kitty Cat's career start kind of taking off when he used Fat Tone Jr.
I wouldn't
When
even
he was
say just
young
kinda.
cat,
I would say that's when it kind of, I would say more than the kinda, like that's what I would say, and that's not me on each side, but I'm just saying that's
no,
when
you
it got from,
right to your own opinion.
yeah,
That's the truth.
like he took that, and that's when he, it may, I guess, it worked for him, like, but
It most definitely worked for him.
my thing was okay because I was talking to somebody about this. I'm like, the Fat Tone Jr. thing would be cool if it was actually his son. So it's like when you shutting down that revenue. So say if they did want to like come in as with using that angle of Fat Tone Jr. actually being kin, but now they can't
Right.
even get that. You know what I'm saying? And try to do that.
Because you already right.
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 So,
And I just feel like he's a bitch ass nigga for that. And I feel like he's gonna have a lot of run-ins with bullets and whatever else come his way. Because like I don't know how true it is, but it's been a lot of saying so that I don't know if you've seen it, but the reason he supposedly got shot, somebody walked up to him and they asked him, like, yo, how you know what I'm saying? You don't feel a type of way
right.
about calling yourself Fat Tone Jr. and his kids don't like it? And supposedly he said, fuck them kids. And
Mm.
then after that, bullets start flying.
And what's crazy about that? Then he decides to kind of double down and remix another song and do the
Okay.
artwork over again. So it's like, I mean,
Okay.
you know.
But see, I got a lot of recordings in my inbox from some of the producers that actually fool with him. And at first, one of the producers, I don't want to put him on blast just yet, but maybe me and you, I can let you hear it. You know what I'm saying? But he was saying that Young Cat was so scared. He was saying this was going to be his last show in Kansas City, and he was gone.
Wow.
And that's how one of the producers' mouth that's actually promoting him. And I have the recordings, and this is all Facts. That's one thing you're gonna learn about me. See, me, it's not like I grew up with my brother. You know, my grandma, I was actually raised by my grandma, and she kind of kept me away from my daddy's side, but I could only go over certain people's house. So to be honest, I only met my brother 5 times. But with the 5 times that I met him, he showed me nothing but love, and he was happy. He like, you my sister, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even know that was my brother. My daddy like, you got a brother that rap. I'm like, I got a brother that rap. Remind you, I'm going to Northwest Middle School. So Fat Tony's the shit at the parties. Right. I'm already hyped to him and everything. So when he pulled up on me, he gave me $1,000. He gave me all his CDs that was already made. The second time he came to pick me up from Northwest Middle School, and that's when everybody kind of like, that's Fat Tony, right. So you know what I'm saying? I felt like a celebrity. I was a hood celebrity myself. Yeah, I mean, come on, everybody started jeffing this shit.
Right. I mean, people don't understand. Like you had to be from the city to understand like Fat Tone impact. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, I would say he was number one so far as, you know, rap guys go.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people give it the Rich.
You got to think about it. They keep saying Young Cat is putting the town on. But if you look in his little hood to hood movies that he made, I see nobody from the town in him. Like, and then I never see him, you know, giving love to the other dudes that's trying to come up. My brother was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like Kitty Cat is all for himself. Like he's all for his. I feel like he wasn't even in critical condition. I feel like he do a lot of stuff just to make himself sound like Fat Tone. Because if you go back on my page, when they were saying he was in critical condition, he commented on my first rap video. Because, you know, I did 2 discs about the nigga. Okay, he commented. He commented.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like everything is for attention with him, everything. And that's why a lot of guys, I'm gonna say real men, that's why a lot of real men will never give him the respect that he think that he deserves, because you're not real. And you eating off my brother.
Right. So would you, I know this might, but would you ever like want to open a conversation with him to kind of like resolve, or are you just kind of like with it right now where you like, I don't really want to deal with it?
I mean, if he want to talk, we could see where it went. Like, we could see where the conversation went. But as far as how I feel about him doing what he doing, no.
Gotcha. So you just,
you know what I'm saying? Because like even when he
stop.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I said, so you just like, you wanted to stop, like just stop using the record.
Yeah, I just want him to be himself, but it's too late. He's already too deep in the Fat Tone stuff. He's already done too much. Like, oh, you in the hospital bed and you want to take a picture exactly like my brother.
Right.
It's too much. It's too much. The shit is fake and it's too much, and I'm not feeling it, and my niece is not feeling it, and I'ma always be behind Fat Tone kids. I mean, whose side do you think my brother would want me to be on?
Right. Because what is the, like, how does the daughter and because I know she does music as well, does she have like a exact feeling how she feels about it, or what?
She is very angry. Like, she do not like him at all. I don't ever see her coming to peace with a stranger, and it would be a stranger to her, a stranger claiming to be her father's son when you didn't come out as nutsacks, like you didn't. I've never met another grown-ass man that wanted to be another man's son. Like, where's your daddy?
Right.
Nigga, where the fuck is your daddy? Where is your mama? So I can ask her, where's your daddy? Because I don't understand.
Right.
I don't. And I promise you, he has never met my brother. And another disrespectful thing is, he's a blood. My brother was a Crip. It don't make sense.
Right. I know.
Like, I'm not gang banging. I'm not saying it's a straight out of Compton issue, but come on now, bro. You a blood.
Right. No, I get you. I mean, it's a conflicting thing. Like, I get it. Like, you know, it makes sense.
Me and my niece is actually about to do another song. We about to do a song together, and, you know, shots fired. Some of them will be about Lil Kitty Cat. Like, Most definitely. I feel like to the death of me, I should always be standing behind my brother 10 toes down, period.
And what weren't you doing like t-shirts, merch and stuff?
Yes,
Mhm.
my
Okay.
friend actually has his little art production that he has going on, and he inboxed me like, hey, he did it respectfully. You see, we all went to the same school. He went to Harmon also. And he said, hey, what you think about us selling these shirts? You know, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and put this out. And I got you. And that's what I'm on. But I like the way he did things. He asked
Right.
Fat Tone's sister, how do you feel? I'm like, let's do it.
Right. Which is that's what I'm saying. That's like the biggest violation I can think of is like since y'all had some history with going. I don't know how cool y'all were in school, but still like him being able to know like who you were and knowing that it would be pretty easy to reach out to you and like at least get because a lot of times people just want the just the courtesy just to reach out and let
Yes, I know him very well to the point where I quit talking to him because my cousins was funking with him so hard that once again, what do you got to do? You choose family.
Right, exactly.
But I know him very well. Yes, I was even there when he had his fight in Silver City. I knew him very well.
Mm.
Like
So,
remind you, he was an AGT boy before he became this gangster.
we so before we wrap up, you got anything else you want to say?
No, be looking for some more music coming from me and A1 Tone. And my rap name is FT Loke, y'all, since he already got Fat Tone Jr. So
Right. Hey, you gotta send me over some music too. I don't know if you already been recording, but you gotta send me some stuff so I can check out.
Not shit, but I have a lot of people in my inbox like, yo, you need to get in the studio for real and you can sing. I
Hey,
want to do something with you. But you got to make sure you tap into both videos because I did too.
okay, because I didn't know you did too. I know I caught the one where you were singing at the end. I'm like, oh, okay. Like she actually can sing. Like she can do the gangster, she can do the gangster shit, and she can come through on some singing shit.
And that's the thing, like that just come out of me when I'm super angry. Like I really am a cool person. Like I'm cool, funny. Like you see, I wasn't even tripping when he threw a shot at me. Like he know me since I've been in the ninth grade. I don't know if you've seen it, but before he dropped that song after he got shot, at the top of the caption, it said, I did it for your fat ass. And you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That was a shot fired towards me. And I'm like, nigga, well, I've been fat since birth. So, nigga, you about a burger and a fry away from being my size? Like,
Right.
shit. So,
Yeah.
I ain't tripping on that, nigga. I'm a fine ass fat girl, so I ain't tripping.
Right. Facts. Facts. Well, I mean, y'all can kind of like, resolve it a little bit. It sounds like everything, which I understand from your point of view,
He
I
need to come
understand.
up with money to my niece and his kids. That's the only way we resolving anything. Whatever you made off Fat Tone, come off some of that bag to his kids. That's how I feel.